Well, we all are aware of the idea that the market has changed, and I'm tired of listening to people saying that it's such a shitty market. Realtors are leaving the industry, realtors are doing this, realtors are doing that. First of all, the market is perfectly fine. There's still demand, there's still supply. The way of investing has changed, the way of purchasing properties have changed, the way of having the confidence has changed, which is why we are here. 1 second for some coffee. Bag for your buck. $3.50, large cup of coffee, no ice, you get the most amount of coffee. But that's not the topic of discussion. The topic of discussion is how investing has changed, how you can use these metrics to help your clients, or if you're someone who's looking to invest yourself, you can help yourself, or if you want my help, I'm here for it. 604-355-7201. The slogan, the wording that we've all heard, and it still goes on, so cash is king. Money is a very, very big thing, and money being a cash flow asset rather than an asset that's not going to give you your liquidity for a long time is very different. In the past, from 2021 to 2023, I have sold development properties close to $100 million to all my clients collectively. Now, majority of the clients had a plan, they're still going through with it, but the people who were entering the market at that time, people who have bought small projects, they have overpaid a ton of money, and holding those properties is very challenging because these are houses which are sitting on, let's say, 15 to 20,000 square foot lots. The tenants don't care about the lot. Tenants only gonna give you the money that your house structure deserves. Banks care about the lot value. Banks don't care about the house value. Now, it's a very difficult metrics. Initially, when people are investing, they were looking into invest into future. All these NCPs, if you don't know what NCPs are, NCPs, neighborhood community plans, were determined to help you see the future and invest accordingly and make that profit. But no one saw the shift that came to the market and how it has changed a lot of people's life drastically. I think almost everyone's life has changed who has been in this industry. Despite the one who's a realtor or a mortgage broker or a developer even, everyone has seen this change at their own subjective level. Today's market where people are investing, there's three things that are different. Three things that are different which were completely opposite in 2023 was people had a lot of confidence, people were getting free money from the bank, and people were investing in the future. Which now, what we have changed in our business, people are investing in the present, which means if you're buying a property as an investment, the first question that we ask a client, are you willing to pay more money out of your pocket to hold this property if, let's say, something happens? The answer is always no. But in the past, it was no problem because they could see the potential. You can still invest in the potential, but you want to make sure your cash flow is as high as the mortgage at least, so it can float itself. Then your mortgage payments are here, your rent is here. Regardless of the future, this gap becomes very challenging because this gap can be $2,000 a month, this gap can be $10,000 a month, and this gap can also be a large amount of money because it depends on what you have purchased. Today's market, people are investing with very, very, very less confidence. It's taking us a lot longer to actually not just convert a client, but keep a client invested in that property. And we're here to help you out. My way of helping you out is never to force you. If I think something's a good deal, I'm bluntly telling you, hey, this is a great deal. But if you want to pass on it, that's perfectly fine. You tell me what you're looking for, you tell me your timeline, and we can work within that timeline. One of my clients, we had an amazing deal locked up for $1.35 million. If you're familiar with Crescent area, this price in Crescent area is just an unheard thing. And this was a lot which was close to 11,000 square feet. But for some reason, he didn't have the confidence to pull the trigger. Next day, the property got sold for a higher price, and now we're back in the market. But everything teaches you, everything is there to help you understand. You can't force someone because you don't know their situation. But that tells you before people had a lot of confidence, people were selling houses like crazy. Like your grandma, your dog, anyone in your house could have sold a house. You could list a property without pictures 30 to 40 offers at houses which are underpriced, which was very common. And it was happening in every single type of sector. Luxury house, a condo, a detached house, a townhouse. If you were not bidding on your properties, that means something you were not doing right. It was a common norm that you would hear from other people. Now, first thing is people have to have the confidence. Don't be pushy if you're a brand new agent. I know this area is not the most easiest to make money when you see it from the inside. Outside, grass is always greener. Inside is when you are in the industry, you see, okay, sometimes you're not going to be getting paid for 3-4 months. Even I have so many bills and sometimes I'm not able to pay them on time. And I've changed that now because I also went to a very different route of spending my money. So you always want to have a reserve. Reserve is very important. And second, now we're going to talk about is what type of properties are investors investing now. No one's investing into a property where they can see they might have to do a hefty payment every month, because cash on every single person right now, despite of what level you are, as mentioned before, is tight. So you want to make sure you're able to help your clients making that float payment. So even if they're buying a development property, they know majority of the payment is taken care of. For example, when the small scale unit housing was released, if you don't know, give me a call 604-355-7001. And if your realtor knows, still give me a call at 604-355-7001. And this zoning is going to help a lot of people make duplex, fourplex, triplex within their communities. Initially, you would have to find these properties, rezone them, then put a townhouse complex of 4 to 5 units. Now, if you have laneway, if you have enough frontage, enough lot size, which I can go over with you if you have any more questions, you can put a fourplex on it, which is 4 units, and you can actually sell them individually as well. So the government is helping a lot because we still had a lot of demand where we are, and there's still a shortage of supply because Vancouver is very small and limited. So you want to help your clients invest into a property where a major flow is coming up. For example, if you're looking at a fourplex property, it's a 2-story house, you're looking them at around 1.3 to 1.4 right now. You do 20% down payment, your mortgage payment is going to be around $6,500. If you have 2-story, you can have upstairs rent for $20,000 to $3,000. You can have downstairs rent for $2,000. If you can add another suite, that's another $1,000. So you're flowing their payments, you're not putting anything for your pocket. So you want to help them find those properties which they don't have to have that big of a deficit. And if you're looking for obviously apartment complexes, you want to make sure the cap rate is good because again, cash is king. So a lot of the investing that was only in the future where people were just buying development properties, they're like, we'll figure out the payments, but we want to subdivide these, 12 these, that has stopped. People who are holding these properties are also waiting so they can sell the site for a little bit of a premium rather than building it out. When stuff gets tight, these are large expenses to build. Even a fourplex, you're looking at a cost of around $1.1 to $1.2 million in total. It can help you understand how the math works on that, but these are not expenses you can try to do when your money is tight. You want to make sure you have enough money. You want to have additional reserve contingency to have that solved so you can actually invest that money properly. And third type of change that we saw is that if you're a brand new agent, you're trying to establish yourself, you want to give a service. You don't want to show them that you're a salesperson. I think the idea of being a salesperson it's gone now. You can see that if you're desperate, providing value to your clients, you want to do that selflessly. You want to do that with a purpose, because when you have a purpose, when you're serving someone, you will get frustrated because you're not getting the return right away. Stop expecting stuff right away. These decisions are very, very big decisions, especially the market we are in right now. People need more confidence. So give them that, show them the value in the product they're looking at, and I'll help you sell that like this.